Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Friday, and all of our guests today are brought to you by Whistler Golf Club. Opening for 2024, May 10th. Al Chris-Manson, excited. We thank Al for jumping on board with us. Joined now by Scotty Upshall, who along with Shane O'Brien does the Missin Curfew podcast. 15 NHL seasons for Scotty, former Kamloops Blazer. Yep. And by the way, the Missin Curfew podcast now available on the DK Network, Rick, at dknetwork.com. Show also available via audio wherever fans listen to podcasts, including on Spotify and Apple, as we bring in Scotty Upshall to talk some more hockey. Scotty, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you? How are you enjoying the world of broadcasting? Your podcast as well.
That's a little easier on the body than it was playing, especially this time of year, but not as much excitement, unless we get caught saying something we shouldn't. But, it's great. Obi and I have a great time doing Missin Curfew. We get to blend with our listeners who enjoy our Tuesday, Friday broadcast. So it's fun to be on this side of the thing.
And we love the fact that we've had Shane on the show and both the BC connections, so we love that. Hey, your old Nashville team, what makes them so hard to play against, Scotty? The Canucks are having trouble with them.
Yeah, it seems like they haven't changed much since, the early 2000s when Trotzy implemented, let's sit back, let's play tight checking, let's make it hard on the other team. And, I give credit to just guys like Ryan O'Reilly coming in there and helping out their leadership group. A guy like Roman Josi, who basically as a defenseman, it looks like he plays, some sort of rover position in hockey. He scored a big goal in the last game to push it to game 6. And you just got to give them credit, right? They're a hard team to play against. They found a way to stay in this series. And, now they're back home for a pivotal game 6 with a chance to bring this series back to Vancouver for game 7.
And Scotty, this was a big topic on our show, as you would imagine, here in Vancouver. But tell us why, and it was on your Twitter account, you're of the opinion the Canucks should have challenged the Roman Josi. Speaking of Roman Josi, should have challenged the Roman Josi goal the other day.
Yeah, there's just been a lot of controversy, right, over this, the goaltending and, the conversation that John Cooper had when Tampa Bay happened to lose, in 5 to Florida. I apologize for this dog barking in the background.
No problem. I thought it was Shane.
Yeah, it's usually that. He's not as annoying as this little one. But listen, no, I thought Roman Josi was, he drove the net. He went in the net hard, like anyone should. And I thought the forward coming up, I forget who it was right now, but the puck was laying in, goalie's lying on top of the puck. And they come in, whether the puck's covered or not, you got to go for the puck. You don't hit the puck and you hit the goalie. There's something wrong with that. That's to me interference. It's a really tricky spot. I think when you're tied late in the game, I think it's worth going for the challenge. You're already on the penalty. I think you're already on the penalty kill. And for me, it's. It could be a really deciding factor in this series. It was in that game, and let's just hope it doesn't come back to bite them.
The Canucks need your dog on the forecheck, I think, Scotty. You're not letting up. Take care of him if you want.
Give me 1 second here.
Oh, go ahead. Go. Go for it, Scotty. Hey, this is a first on Donnie and Dolly. Yeah. A guest making sure that the dog doesn't hinder the interview.
You've gone through this?
No, I've never done it.
You've done podcasts, or the dog barking in the background. Come on.
I've never done a podcast where all we can see is a chair and a picture of a hummingbird. I'll tell you that. There we go. Beautiful. Okay.
Oh my God, I don't know what kind of lady dog was out front there, but that's my little dog. Apologies, boys.
No problem. We've seen it all.
To the world of podcasting from your house. We usually got it in the studio. But I know now not to bring my dog to work anymore.
We both have dogs. Don't worry about it,
We both have dogs. Don't worry about it. Scotty, I was going to ask you about, you see Mitch Marner getting the heat in Toronto, right? And you see Pettersson getting the heat in Vancouver. And then you saw the Boston Bruins coach last night saying Pasternak's got to be better. boy, these top players, when they don't perform in the playoffs, and they're expected to, Scotty, they're getting a lot of heat.
Yeah, boys, listen, I know you guys are a Vancouver podcast, right? And, we're really hard on our star players in Canada. It's just the way it is. It's the way it's always been. Go back to Matt Sundin days, Marcus Naslund days, right? Bertuzzi. I look at Pettersson, and I had a chance to text, I shot Rick Tocchet and Mike Yeo a text this morning and just said, good luck, boys. Get it done. Me and Obi hope to see you guys for round 2 up in Vancouver. And I just a little back and forth with Yosi, who takes care of the forwards. I said, Pettersson, if he only just shot more, I think he's got such a great shot. He's trying to find the back door. He's trying to find those lanes back door from the half wall. I go, if he just shot the puck a couple times early, in the game, maybe he breaks an ankle. A guy goes down to block the shot. That's when things will start to open up for him. But if you go back to, I think whoever scores 3 goals tonight in this Vancouver game will win the game. Whoever's power play clicks and scores a goal might win the game. And Pettersson, everything goes through him and Hughes. And, just for me, it's got to be a shot first mentality. When things don't go well, you got to put guys in front of the net and you got to just, playoff hockey. If you look at the way the goals are scored, it's from the point down to the goalie, rebound, get in front of them, score a goal, big goal, garbage goal, call it what it is. That could be the difference. And it starts with Pettersson. So I just, if you look at the Mitch Marner situation, I think it's a little different. I think the Mitch Marner thing, people are trying to call him out for being soft, for not wanting to engage in areas of the rink that I don't care if you make, if you're making $1,000 or you're making $11 million, that should not, your compete level should always be high this time of year. You strive to be an NHL player playing in the playoffs. There's no question about that. But it comes down to compete. I think in the Pettersson situation, scoring a big goal for this guy or setting up a nice play might get him over the edge, but it just starts by shooting the puck, getting back to what works, and he's an all-star. So you get to the second round, people forget what happened in this round. You get a new fresh slate, and that's what we expect the Canucks to do tonight.
Scotty, it doesn't matter who comes out of Vancouver, Nashville. When they play the Oilers, they better stay out of the box. 9 for 20 in the opening round, and actually they should have had 2 more power play goals. The Kings player was just coming out. It could have been 11. What about the Oilers? Special teams. I mean, their power play is incredible.
Yeah, you said it right there. Their special teams are special. They really are. I had a chance on Friday last week to go watch them play in LA. I brought my lovely wife here, and we went up and watched, Connor and Leon basically play some of the best hockey I've seen 2 guys ever, put skates on and go play. They move the puck so well. Zach Hyman is, what a contribution he's been able to be for their power play and for their organization. He's, everything's happening for this guy, and he deserves it well. It's a reason why, scoring goals in this league doesn't always have to be pretty. Even when Connor McDavid's out there, stand in front of the net, pucks go off your butt. Pucks go off your leg, your stick. They all count. But you're right. You got to stay off. No matter what, you got to stay out of the penalty box against these guys. They're riding, some confident hockey right now. The fans in Edmonton, we all see the building. I think Canada's striving for a championship right now, whether it's Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto. I mean, I think every Canadian's cheering for Canadian teams. And, it's going to be a great series, no matter if it's Nashville or if it's Nashville or Edmonton, these guys, or Nashville or Vancouver, the next round, whoever plays Edmonton is they got their hands full. I'm looking at this as Edmonton's got the best chance to make it into the Stanley Cup final as they've ever had, and I think when Connor and Leon smell that, it's dangerous.
Okay, we're a bit over time here, Scotty, but I want to throw in one more question because you mentioned Mike Yeo. And he's a holdover from when Bruce Boudreau was here in Vancouver. You see Rick Tocchet on the bench talking to him all the time. How much do you think, and he was your coach, if I'm not mistaken, in St. Louis. How much do you think he has to do with the Canucks' success?
I think he's a big contributor to what success they've had this year. And I think the guys can relate to a guy like Mike Yeo. Like Mike Yeo played hockey. He played tough hockey. He's very direct with his team. And, you know, you look at Rick Tocchet getting that Jack Adams, you know, that award today, to be nominated for the award today. That says a lot about not just what Tocc's been able to do, but what his coaching staff and his support staff have done. And you're right, you guys, you do see Josi on his, on his earpiece a lot. And then Toc always going to him. He's a guy that, you know, you can relate all different situations to him. Penalty kill, power play, what type of forecheck, you know, how do we switch things up? What kind of personnel you put out there? You know, Tocs is a great leader, and he's the guy you want to listen to, but Josi is a guy, he's X's and O's. You know, he was great for us in St. Louis, and, you know, that coaching staff, they got a great coaching staff there right now with Footer, and, you know, they got just good guys there. So that's a big, a big tip the cap to those boys.
What's your dog's name, Scotty?
Ruby. Driving me nuts.
Say hi to Ruby for us, and thanks for that. Boys. Above and beyond. Thanks so much, Scotty.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Anytime, fellas.